Here were a group of women fighting inequality, turning to acts of civil disobedience to achieve it, facing state brutality. There was a unit in the police set up to a police surveillance unit that they were subjected to. It all felt incredibly exciting and resonant, and like this was in some ways the time to tell this story. In essence, we wanted to tell a personal story. We wanted the audience to connect with a character. And so Abby Morgan, the writer, created Maud. And we laced in real historical figures. We've got Emmeline Pankhurst in there, we've got Emily Wilde and Davison. But Maud, our central character, is a composite character. First, we found Carey Mulligan, who we'd always thought of, actually, as we were working through the process, as our Maud. She's someone who I think has an incredible ability to inhabit a role. She's so truthful, she's so watchable, she's got such an extraordinary presence on camera. And then Helena Bonham Carter, I thought, was a really exciting proposition for the character of Edith, who's the leader of the little group. We've seen her in so many roles, and I was very excited about seeing her do something that we don't see her often do. And that's what I think we have in this film. We wanted an icon to play an icon, really. So we thought, who could that be? And Meryl Streep was the person we approached, and it was like a sort of dream come true in a way that she responded very, very quickly and positively and agreed to do it. And she, came over to London. She read all about Emmeline Pankhurst. She appeared on this balcony, gave this speech in this wonderful kind of 3 days where we had her. And it was just an extraordinary moment for us. She wore her out of Africa shoes to do it. And there's something about Brendan that everything he does and says feels absolutely truthful. I buy it, and he just brings that quality to the screen. And then for Sonny, we cast Ben Whishaw, who's an actor I've always wanted to work with, who felt like really interesting casting for Sonny, because he's the husband of Maud, and he could have been a stereotype, but he's not. He's someone caught in the conventions of his time, but nevertheless really complex and struggling with the pain of letting his wife go, of losing his child. We went in there as the first ever film crew, and we staged an enormous riot in the central courtyard, and with hundreds of extras and horses and stunts, and it was really quite a venture and incredibly exciting to be the first ever film to film there. It's got a lot of action in it, this film. It's not what you expect. And on every level, I wanted to sort of subvert expectations and reflect the way these women were ahead of the time and the modern resonances. The way that women fought inequality then makes you realise how oppressed they were, and also makes you look around the world now where there are so many people in a similar situation. And although we've made lots of progress, there's so much more progress to be made. And it does make you acutely aware. I mean, I look at characters today like Malala, who just won the Nobel Peace Prize, and you realise that there are lots of comparisons. She's someone who's prepared to speak out, to risk a huge amount, to leave her country, sacrifice everything, and to embrace the idea and how important change is, and to fight for change. And that's inspiring, and that's very important to reconnect with, I think.